Hello, everyone, and welcome to Enlightened Insights with SunPsychic Jean.
Hi,
Hello,
everybody.
Jean. Wisdom Seeker Joan,
Hello.
and TarotStache. Thank you very much for joining us. It's great to be with you, you both again. Yay! So, um, Jean, what do you have coming up on your channel?
Well, first, I'd like to say that Joan and I and Terry Suzuki did a Magic Monday yesterday, and it was truly magical. It was a lot of fun. It was very revealing, and some really heartfelt messages came through. So, if anybody hadn't got a chance to check that out, it was really a beautiful show yesterday. Also, I have Marina from Heart Center Tarot. She'll be on my channel later on this afternoon, so I'm looking forward to hosting her. And then on Friday, I have Ginny is going to be back doing readings together with me. And I have Kelly, the Cali Healer Kelly, come in on my channel on Friday as well. So, yeah, and much more.
Beautiful. And links to SunPsychic Jean's channel is below, as are ways to contact Jean for private readings. So, Joan, what's coming up for you?
Well, my calendar isn't quite as full, but I think Jean and I will be reading on Sunday with Kelly of Dozen Cats for Me. And that's kind of an end of the year show for her that she does every year and trying to get messages from departed loved ones. So I'm very excited about that. That should be fun.
Beautiful. TarotStache, I've got lots of shows this week. And later today, I'm doing back and forth with Jamie and Gerald. I'm hosting Mark tomorrow.
Oh, fun.
And then I am also hosting and will simulcasting a rock, paper, scissors, the caffeinated and unfiltered version with Alice or Allie from Heart and Soul Connected and Richie Longman Tarot. So pay attention to that. I also want to remind everybody, I am on my channel. I'm doing Glimmer Globe 2024. So I'm posting videos about that. I encourage everybody to go over to my channel and take a peek at that. Glimmers are those things those are moments that we capture when everything is in alignment. Our mind, our body, and our soul feels really good. And we're capturing those through the month of December. So I want to encourage everybody to do that. And Kim B said it was a great show yesterday.
Oh. She was a huge part of it. She was keeping us in stitches and keeping us moving as well. She was it was a lot of fun. And everybody here in the chat and all of the follow-up, all of the feedback, all of the comments, it really makes for the entire show. We can't just come on here ourselves and have the dynamic that we do without all of you. So I want you to know it's a real team collaboration with everybody. And I hope you know that you make it fun as well as you come and watch it with us to make it fun for you. It's a win-win situation. I love it.
Yeah, thank you for that. You are absolutely right. I also want to do this thing where we say this is for entertainment purposes only. Do not make decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance. Really. So yes. So we have a lot of people who are watching us. Thank you. we are going to be doing things in random order. We'll do as many questions as we can get to in about an hour. If you would like a message from your loved one, please include their name and relation. So that would be very helpful. Yeah, it's true.
Agreed.
It's true. So, and so we do ask that people, we would like everybody to be here. So, okay. So I'm just getting caught up and, right.
And It does. It is. It's a beautiful thing to connect to your loved ones. And what I like to do is try and get a confirmation that this energy sounds like the one you're looking for. And then we can go into a deeper reading. So please do stand by and be ready to comment. Yes, it sounds like my sister or whoever.
Yes. And so we're doing these questions in random order. So I'm just going to be pulled. And
And Priscilla is here from the Crone Zone. Hi, Priscilla. So nice to see you.
Yes.
well, hello, Priscilla. It's good to see you. So, oops, wait a minute.
Very
And
nice.
yeah, so Davy Jones, are you here? Davy Jones would love a spirit message, please. Davy, just let us know that you're here. And by the way, we all do private readings. So this is just I like to say this is just an appetizer.
Yes, he's here.
So
Okay.
all right. Thank you, Danny. Or Davy. Sorry. I'm going to start, Davy. One of the things that I'm getting is I'm feeling that you're wanting to start something new, whether it be a new diet, a new routine, something that's going to give you an opportunity to have, it's going to impact your physical world, whether you physically, like your health or an exercise plan, your environment, or something that's going to um, challenge you intellectually and require you to put it out through physical means. It's a mental thing, but you have to do something with it. So, um, I, Davey, if that is making any sense, because there's this excitement about this. Maybe it's the end of the year stuff, and everybody's planning what they're going to do in the new year, perhaps. But you're going to be doing some studying. You're going to be starting to think about some things in a new way. And Davey said, "Yes, I want to." Okay. I'm encouraging you to, wow, I keep doing this. I'm encouraging you to have some childlike curiosity about it. So keep that attitude. It will help bring some amazing stuff for you. So I don't know. So, okay, that's me.
Well, that kind of goes along with what I was seeing and hearing. The first thing I saw, Davey, was just little footprints, and then it became kind of a cartoon character who was tippy-toeing. You're kind of dressed up like Santa, and you had the bag and everything, and you're going over to put the presents under the tree or whatever, something like that. And what the thought came to me that it's, maybe it's not delivering presents, but there's something going on. You've got an idea or a concept or a project that you're really excited about, but you want to keep it secret. You want to keep it under wraps until things are a little bit further along. And then I saw the person going, "Yay, and look what I've done." And then I went to pick the some cards, and I got the 10 of Wands. So there's some work going onto it first. But then I got from the Feathers deck the Parrot, let go of others' thoughts and opinions. It's time to embrace who you really are. So go for it. And then I love the last one from the angel deck. It's leap and spread your wings. So the work up front and the feeling like I can do this no matter what people say is all going to let you, oops, there we go, leap and spread your wings. And it seems like it'll work out. So I hope that you can identify what that project or passion or whatever it was is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I too got something around work, Davy, and I saw that there was going to be a change around the work that you are doing. And it could be the work, your own work, your own art, your own creation, or work itself. I do feel as though you have been doing some soul searching to see what it is that truly makes you happy. And what my spirit guide showed me is that you feel like you're in a pinball machine and you're the ball. You know, you just keep running from one thing and then getting pushed on to another thing and then getting pushed on to another thing. But ultimately you will win, and you will succeed. And it's not that you didn't succeed in any of those. You know how the ball falls in and then it dings for a couple of times and then it pops out? It feels like you have gained information or energy or perspective or awareness or just what not to do. Even like you've gained each time you went to one thing to another thing to another thing. So you're almost maybe apprehensive to start on another thing because you feel like you might do this all the time, but it is really, you are gathering information and wisdom along the way. Your spirit guides are saying it's okay to try and change, to try and to change your mind. Don't leave any option unturned. So keep going, keep moving forward. And if you're not satisfied, keep moving forward. Keep searching for that. Yep. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Keep
Mm-hmm.
searching. You're not it. There is no fail. There is only learn and continue. It's almost like you're gathering information, you're gathering tools, you're gathering experience.
I like that a lot. I think that's wonderful. I am, especially because I did pull a card, and one of the cards that I got was the Page of Pentacles, who is the one gathering the tools.
Oh,
So this is really powerful. So, but
I
thank
need
you,
to
Dave.
learn tarot.
I know, me too.
No, you don't. I mean,
Wait.
if you'd like to do that, I would be more than happy to support you. But you're a great reader. You don't need the
You
tarot.
don't need the cards. Yeah.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah. So, Davey, thank you very much. And more people have come in, and I want to say thank you very much for joining us. All of our channel links are below. We're simulcasting this on all three of our channels. Please verify that you are subscribed to the channels. I've been hearing recently that some people are finding themselves unsubscribed. So it's an easy thing to fix. So, and this is the deck is the Out of Hand Tarot by Jamie Sawyer. This version is out of print. However, a mini version of it is available. So, and so, but okay. So let's see. All right.
Thank you, Davy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kaylee Fogo Pogo. I actually think there was something else that was reposting. Can I have a message from either of my grandfathers, Angus or Burns?
Okay.
Was one of them a person who read a lot of books, spent a fair amount of time in their study, or always in a book or in a magazine or something like that, because someone is just looking up at me. It's like going, why are you disturbing me? It's sort of like the, okay. So, one grandfather I didn't know passed away when I was 2. Okay.
Oh, that would be important.
Yeah.
Because if we ask, you may know. I feel like I'm getting burns. I feel like I'm getting burns. Do you mind if I jump in, or
Go
No,
you're
ahead.
you in the
do,
middle of yours?
please.
Only because I feel like I'm getting burns, and he gave me military or prep school. It was like early. I see him young in this sort of like prep school or military kind of influence. Maybe just did boot camp or something. I don't know. He showed me that he was very hardworking and helped a lot of the neighbors. He would walk around. I'm not sure if he would cut the neighbors' grass or wash the neighbor's car or help the neighbors. He was very much, he would walk around and help the neighbors do things. And I did see that he was anti-war. Oh, Burns, he actually taught soldiers in World War II. And
Oh,
I wrote anti-war there. So this is him. He's coming through. So thanks for that. It was Burns. I did ask my pendulum if it was Angus or Burns, and it was specifically Burns that was coming through. And he's saying all of that is important. All of that is defining sort of his essence. But what's most important is the family, is your loved ones, and those that are closest to you, and nothing like those challenges will come and go, but your family will always be your family. And it's almost like he's reminding you about the soul connection of our soul family. And it's not only the blood relatives, but the one that you call aunt that is not quite relative. He's just saying that family is very is paramount. And he wants to send you all of his love and blessings. He says, do it, make sure you do it what makes your heart sing. And he says, do it your way. Don't compare yourself. Um, he's saying, do it your way, and you will help the people that is needed, are needed to be helped by you. You're the only one that can help certain people. So do it your way, and be proud.
Mhm.
He's saying, and just be creative. But he's a really good communicator, and he loves you very much. I'm going to just stop there.
cool.
Yeah.
When I tuned in, I asked to talk to Angus, and what I saw right away might have been metaphorical, but I saw him as a farmer in a field, just out there with his pitchfork. But then it went on. So I don't know if he was a farmer or did manual labor or just did a job that was kind of routine. But what he wanted to say about that job was it freed his mind because he wasn't like having to focus on, I don't know, calculations or something all the time, um, to think and to dream and to have ideas. And I get the idea that some of his work was a drudge, but he did it for a couple of reasons: his duty to the family and to the community, and that he was a very deep thinker and had ideas, and he was very committed and very proud that he supported the family, and he listened to people's ideas, and he was smarter than people would have given him credit for. I mean, it seemed like he was involved in the community, and he would listen to people with different ideas and be able to bring people together, somehow organizing in the community. And anyhow, I think he read a lot and just had time to think deep thoughts. And when I asked about a message for you, okay, he was a deep thinker.
Mhm.
And when I asked for a message for you, he showed me a butterfly, and I got the impression that he said, "Don't get too tied down by obligation." And even when you have to go to work to support yourself or the family, you can find freedom through your mind, through your spirit. But don't allow yourself to feel too tied down or too imprisoned by circumstances. You can loosen up the ties, even if you still have to go to work 9 to 5 or whatever. But he was great. I've enjoyed meeting him.
It's interesting because part of, I'm getting a combination between the two of you. Yes, there was Burns and then Angus. So both of them were thoughtful in what they do and what they did. They were outstanding citizens. They did what needed to be done. They did what was expected of them because it was the right thing to do. And they may not have agreed to it, but they stood up. They did it. I think a good message for you is pay attention to what it is that you want to do, and make sure that you have your what's the word? Your values are strong, because those are a good thing, and they want you to trust your values. They're not wrong. They're yours. So, but yeah. So that's what we have. So thank you. Wow. Okay. If either of you are poking in and seeing somebody in the chat that you'd like to read, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
And just cleaning some stuff up. So,
Do you want me to call out, and then maybe Joan can call out the next one?
Sure. Yes. Thank you.
I see
yeah.
Susan Funes or Funes. Susan Funes at 206. Yep.
There you go. Message please, from Robert, my father, or John, my brother.
Okay.
You're welcome, Kaylee. That was really sweet of you. And your connection to them came through with how clear the messages were.
Mm-hmm.
So keep it up. Keep up that wonderful connection that you have. So Susan
is here.
Robert, father, John, my brother. Susan.
I'm getting is Robert, did he wear a button-down shirt, maybe a jacket? I don't know if he was in business where he was expected to wear a suit. So but I'm getting so I'm thinking it's right. Okay, so yes. So he was so you want a message, please? Part of being a good a business person is knowing how to listen, and to always be working on listening and really trying to understand the perspective that people have. He is also a person who, it felt like even though he was a business person, he liked to do things with his hands. He always liked to be learning something. So there's a bit of always showing up, doing the work, and listening, and then taking that and applying it into these new situations. So that's part of what I have right now. So Susan, if that makes any sense to you, I mean, because part of what I'm hearing is you may be overthinking something and you're missing something that is just slightly hidden out of your view. And he's suggesting that you take a peek around the corner and make sure that everything that is supposed to be happening is happening, Susan. He worked for the electric company. Okay. But yeah, I want to say, I'll just be really blunt. Check your back. Make sure that what is going on behind you is what you would expect to be having going on behind you.
That's interesting. Susan, when I tuned in, I was tuning into your dad, Robert, because that's my dad's name too. And what I saw right away, well, I didn't hear or I didn't see right away. I heard right away a tap, tap, tap. And it came into my vision. It was Charlie Chaplin dressed up like the little tramp from like the old first, talkie movie or silent movies. So he was standing there and he was in a suit with a bowler hat and his arms are down on a cane and he was just tapping his cane to get my attention. And I was like, okay, what's next here, Robert? And so I think he was using that as a metaphor for, that figure, that the little tramp that Charlie Chaplin played looked like he was traditional in a suit and everything, but then he would get into he'd go off on all kinds of silly adventures and everything. And so he said, he may have had this other side that was a little sly and a little, he had a sparkle in his eye or something. He could do fun things. But curious and adventurous and had an understated sense of humor. And so he was saying things aren't always what they seem. And then he was showing me more like in a work situation or in a situation when you're dealing with other people. Sometimes it's good not to completely reveal yourself and where you stand on everything. It's better or he is advising, to keep your own counsel and go in and just find out, ask questions, see where people are, and don't become a target for people. Because if you come waltzing in and saying, well, I think everybody should do or this, then people get their hackles up and the first thing they want to do is press against you. So he's saying to kind of go in undercover a little bit, gather information, get the lay of the land, and then make your decisions from there. And then you can, ride off on your bicycle or whatever silly thing he was doing. And he's kind of saying it's a strategy. Life's a strategy. Life's a game. And you can learn to play it well. I hope that made some sense.
She's asking, is he saying I should not trust my husband? I'm getting a no to that. He's not saying that. So, but
Robert, is he saying Susan shouldn't trust his husband? I'm seeing no. And just to clarify, is it okay for Susan to trust her husband? Yes. Yeah, to confirm that.
Okay. So,
go ahead.
Okay. I feel like, Susan, I was picking up your brother, John. I feel like that there was some sort of, he's letting me know that it was an accident due to negligence. And I feel like it was his own negligence. I do feel as though it was around work or about work. And he wanted you to know that to make sure that you love your family. And he wants to thank you for keeping him in your heart. And he said, love life and live a life and step outside of your comfort zone. Say what you need to say. And there is this song. It's I think it's Be Brave by Amy somebody. And she says, say what you want to say. And it's really, if you want to listen to that song, Brave by, if anybody knows that Amy somebody song, if you guys know what that song is in the chat, you can put it in there. Amy, I can't think of her name. But this is what he wants you to. He's encouraging you to live, and he's not worried about how he passed or why he passed. He's just encouraging you to carry on, and life continues, and he wants you to make the most of it. And it wasn't Amy Winehouse, but thank you. I'll look it up. Let me see. The song is called Brave. Say what you want to say. Maybe it's not Amy.
Amy Grant.
It's Sarah Bareilles. Sorry.
Lottie B.
Sorry, it was Sarah.
Yeah. No, that's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Thank
I
you
would
so
definitely
much.
listen
Wow.
to those lyrics.
I love it when that happens, when you get something and there's a song, absolutely listen to it. So I don't know that song.
Oh, it's one of my fight songs. It's one of my anthems. I think you'll know it when you get to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was the title again?
I Want to See You Be Brave. I think it's Brave.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Joan, would you like to pick the next one?
Oh, let's see. How about, why don't we do Cindy and Encinitas' son, Isaiah?
All right. Isaiah. Hope you're still here. We're hoping to get a message today.
Let us know if you're here, Isaiah.
Yes, please. And and
if he's not around, how about Mr. Beanie?
okay. Mr. Beanie, are you here? Isaiah, are you here? So Akiba. All right. So Isaiah. Billy Diamonds, are you here?
Okay.
Maybe we'll take the most. I don't know. What can we do, y'all? What can we do? Let us know.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that people aren't here. So Lottie B is here recently. So Lottie B, let's do that. Would love a message from my spirit guides. But if Billy Diamonds, Mr. Beanie, and Isaiah, Lottie is here. Yeah,
we do.
Yeah,
Gerald.
Thank you for reminding me of that. I can use that.
Oh, that brings him in every time.
It does.
Okay, Lottie B, let's see what we have for you.
Well, when I close my eyes, the first thing I see is the bluebird. The bluebird has kind of the reddish breast and everything that's flying low over a field, and is encouraging you to, despite what's going on around you, to live in joy, live in love, live in happiness. And now it's coming back, and it's more of a cartoon bird with a heart in its beak. So maybe love is coming, but the real message is to live in that vibration as much as possible. And we all understand that it's hard to do that day to day, especially in this world. But as much as you can, it's like taking some time and soaking in that higher vibration and finding a way that you can do that, whether that's going for a walk or listening to music or, I don't know, watching something on the Hallmark Channel or whatever. But that's okay. Anything else, Spirit, for Lottie B? I think there's part of that is not because I'm seeing hands clapping. They're applauding you for doing that as much as you do already, and that it does have an effect. Yeah. Anybody else?
I was actually feeling I'm feeling there's a lot of emotion going on for you. There's a lot of depth in what you're experiencing. And the suggestion is pay attention to that. Be willing to dive a little deeper, because I have the Sun card. So allowing those things to see the light of day honors them, and then it shifts a bit of the it transfers the power. It allows you to transform those feelings. You understand them, and it gives you this ability to truly connect with them. And when you move through that way, nothing is in darkness. There's this light that is shining through. And some feelings are challenging, and that's okay. They're supposed to be challenging. So I think it's this opportunity for you to be willing to go deep so that you can bring them up. So that's what I had. So
Okay, Mr. Beanie said he's here now. And so for Lottie B, it's funny that Gerald said the light shining through, because I was getting very similar information. I see you. First of all, I get healing. As soon as I tuned into your energy, I got healing. I got, Reiki healing. I got, the purple ray healing. I never can remember that guy's name. And I see a lot of healing. I see a lot of praying. I see a lot of you sending good energy out to the world. I see you working on ley lines and practicing earth-like rituals, whether it's that you save the rainwater to put in the bird bath and feed the bird. You do something, the most gentlest, the most unassuming efforts that you make in order to help in your environment and to provide the circle of life for the environment around you. You're very globally conscious, and you have this global perspective that shines through. And this is the shining of your light. I also see a light worker, a star being, and your authenticity, and you have this oneness awareness about you. You understand, you get it, that we're all one. And it's so beautiful that I see you, like, I don't know if you collect rainwater to fill the bird bath, but it's just something as simple as this. It's so beautiful and so kind, and it's very much earth-based, and it's very much global awareness based. So thank you for being you, Lottie B.
yes.
Beautiful.
And yeah, that is beautiful. So thank you for catching Mr. Beanie. And can my message be on love when it's my turn? So, and Lottie B said thank you to each of us.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you for coming.
So, Mr. Beanie, can you tell us, are you currently in a relationship and wondering how it's going, or are you not in a relationship looking for one? That would help me just get that sort of information to start with. I do feel as though you've been through the ringer. I do. Maybe you've lost a love tragically, and it's almost you're in a relationship. Okay, that's helpful. And I feel as though you may have a little bit of fear around that you may lose another love, or that you're not, you know, uh, providing enough or contributing enough. And in a love relationship, there are 3 different phases, and they can come and go at any time. There's a phase where we are 50-50, and there's a phase where there's 90-10, and there's another phase where it's 10-90. So it's really important to work through these phases. And let's say you need a little more help, a little more attention, a little more leeway, and your partner would need to pick up the slack and to take over. And then there are plenty of times where you both work equally. I feel as though it's important to clear the communication and to work on maybe setting aside some time to spend time together without any devices or TVs or children or distractions. Even if it's just an hour, you sit in the car in the driveway just to sit there and talk, or you go and have a cup of coffee or something. You don't have to do anything big, or but somewhere where you can have a conversation and air out some things. I do feel as though you've had a tragedy, or you've lost a love in your past, and this fear may be sort of almost contributing to the situation. The situation could be good, or it could be maybe not, a little on the weak side, maybe need work, but you're worried about it because of what happened before. And the more you worry about it, you're bringing that energy into it. So it's really important for you to forgive whatever happened in the past with that past relationship. Forgive the person and forgive yourself for whatever transpired, and to understand that each relationship is of its own and unique, and to come into it with, we can make this work together, and that you want to make this work together, or how can we make this work together. And I do see you achieving this and opening up those lines of communication. How about you guys?
Yeah, when I tuned in, the first thing I saw was you on the railing of a ship. You're on the ship and you've got binoculars and you're looking out to shore and searching for something. And I don't know if you're searching for something that isn't there in your relationship, or when you mentioned that you're not sure if there has been infidelity. So I asked about anyhow, before I read that, I was seeing you searching, then I saw someone next to you, and it was like you were more focused on searching out here than relating to the person who was next to you. But then you put the binoculars down, and it was like, okay, maybe it's not out there. Maybe what needs to happen is between us right here. So I was asking through the pendulum, is this a relationship that it would be in your best interest to stay in? And I got a yes. And I heard very clearly, give it a year. And I said, well, would it be better in 6 months? And it said, give it a year. So that's what I got. And let's see, what else? That you were assessing stay or go. So I pretty much got stay to stay, but as Jean was saying, to work on it, to be open and all of that, make sure that the other person is willing to put in as much work as you are. And that the glass is also meant that the grass always looks greener from the other side, that try to focus on what you can do and what you can build in this relationship. And then if things don't change in a year, then it might be time to start getting the binoculars out again.
So, Mr. Beanie, I'm going to take I'm getting messages from both of these amazing readers, because part of it is you may be comparing yourself in this relationship to other relationships, and that's not fair to you or the other person in the relationship. So, as Jean indicated, that's the past. Do not bring that forward into the present. And part of it also is it's also this idea of you're not paying attention to the person next to you because you're always on the lookout and you're always comparing. So I'm going to say this very gently. Stop that. And instead, turn off the TV, put the phones down, go for a walk, and just be with each other. Rediscover that connection, what was initially there, because there's lots of things are going on, because you're not the only one who has been in previous relationships. They have as well. So there's this opportunity for you. I just scared to be shocked if something goes wrong like in the past. You're always an alert. I understand that. Be for entertainment purposes only, you may want to share this with that person. This is that authentic sharing that is very scary, but a beautiful opportunity for honest connection. One of the things that I remember in my own therapy, and this is Gerald saying this is not the cards, is that you never know what's going to happen when you share your authentic self and your beauty and your heart with someone else. But that's what this is about. It's being willing to show up. It's being willing to do that. So communication is blocked. Okay. There's perhaps just going for a walk and taking down the phones and saying, let's go out. Let's chat. Call it date night. Call it being quiet together. There's that beautiful opportunity to do that. I think there's a lot going on under the surface for both of you. And that means there's a lot going on under the surface for the relationship, or the third thing. There's you, the other person, and then what the two of you create. So I don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever, but
Yeah. If you're not cohabitating and that they have blocked you from their phone, perhaps the relationship is over and they just didn't tell you. I'm not sure, but so I think it's important to understand where the relationship is, and if you're not cohabitating and they've blocked you from communicating with them, that could be their indication of that it's over. But it wouldn't be an indication of infidelity. So I'm not sure where it is. And that's why it's important. And we really don't have all of the details here. But I did feel the fear from the previous relationship, but try not to. Each relationship is different. And sometimes we may find people to have a relationship with when we recycle the same scenario over and over again until we find the room to forgive ourselves and to move past that. Then the next relationship will be the one that is more 50-50. So let us know, Mr. Beanie, if you're cohabitating or if you have it's really when you said you were in a relationship, that's hard.
Yeah, it is hard. It's
hard to know.
Yes.
But I did ask the question about the infidelity, and I did see that there was not infidelity that was interfering, but I did feel as though that somebody felt let down. I don't know if they let you down. Yeah. He says, I don't know where the relationship is anymore. Yeah. I think that it's fair to say that it's in a timeout phase, and that should this person decide to come back around, it will be your choice whether or not to rekindle the relationship and start over again. But make sure you have your criteria or your your points of what non-negotiables for moving forward.
And Mr. Beanie said, both of us let each other down. That's really, really hard. It also could be an opportunity for you to talk to a professional.
Yeah.
Get some great help, because I know when that happened with me previously, I needed that support. So,
I do see you falling in love, Mr. Beanie. I do see you having a wonderful, unconditional love partner in life, and that they'll be very gentle and kind to you, and you will be to them. And the more that you do treat this person with honesty and love and friendship, authentic friendship, this person will then be that back for you. So, you know, I do see that for you. Oh,
yeah, and
Right.
well,
Yeah.
and I do have to say, when you were saying that, Jean, I got the King of Cups, which is someone who is emotionally invested, is there, is mature, is willing to share and to listen. And I see that for you as well. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, Mr. Beanie. So, um, okay, we have time for a couple of more.
I was just going to add, if indeed that relationship is really over, don't give it a year. I was assuming
Yeah.
that you were living together, and yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So next.
Is anybody drawn to one of the questions? We've got a lot of people starred, so we're not going to get to everybody, and we appreciate your understanding. So
there's 58 questions, y'all. No.
there's a lot. So
You choose, Gerald, and we'll see who's here. Name
okay,
throw out 2 or 3 names and see who's
is
here.
Stacy May? Are you here? And Louise Hogger here. So Stacy May or Louise, are either of you here? Stacy May is here. And
Great.
let me find Stacy May's question. Stacy May was curious what's out and about regarding my living situation and future situation. May is her mother, because I have a feeling that May is going to be getting in on this.
Okay.
And hi, Louise, I see you.
Oh, Lois.
Oh, Lois, sorry.
It's okay.
Lois, you're up next. Stacy May, I'm going to tell me if your mother would be talking back to you and saying, "I told you so." Is that something that your mother would say? She may not be as blunt as me, but there's it's almost of a wow. She's a bit okay. Here's what's going on. What do we do? Sort of a, here's what this is, and where do we need to go next? It's a very it's a forceful energy, but a very loving, directive energy. I want to be very clear about that. It's like that. Is that maybe okay? I will check in with that.
Joan, are you ready?
I guess so. All I was seeing, well, when I tuned in right away, I saw like a page out of a women's magazine. So it's like, or like a House Beautiful or something like that. It's like the image of what early on people thought this is what we should what our lives should all be like. Here's this, this image of what life should be like. And I saw hands just tearing it right in half. That you don't have to live up to anybody else's standards. You do what's right for you. And so if you're feeling like, oh, my mom would just die if she thought that I was going to live this way or whatever, just don't worry about that. And then the next thing I saw was, maybe this does mean you'll need to make a move, but I saw in my head something that happened when I was a kid, when my little sister heard that this was in the wintertime and we were planning, just started talking about taking vacation the next summer. And she got so excited. She went upstairs and she had this little suitcase, and she was like, I don't know, 6 or something, 5 or 6 at the time. And she'd packed her essentials, which was her teddy bear, a couple of children's books, and 2 pairs of underwear. So, and to me, that's like, let's make this exciting and just take the essentials, what you really love and what you really need, and go make your new life. And that new life might be in the place where you are now, but does it feel like your favorite things and the essentials are there or not? Are you trying to live up to this concept of what life should be, or are you ready to kind of shake things up a little bit? And I think I got that picture or that memory of my little sister, because she was so excited about this wonderful thing that was going to happen, and she wanted to be ready for it. So whatever the situation is, find a way to make it as exciting and something that you're going to look forward to, because change is always hard, said someone who's lived in her house since 1986. But yeah, so I feel like I'm not giving a straight stay or go kind of answer, but just kind of run that through your system of, do I feel, am I trying to live up to somebody else's standards, or can I be excited about the life that's to come? Who's
How about
next?
you, Gerald?
Well, I'm from May. And she told me I could filter it through me. So this is filtered through Gerald. Stacey May, what needs to happen. You are smart enough, you are intelligent enough, and do not let anybody ever tell you that you're not smart and you're not intelligent. You know what needs to be done. I got the Page of Wands. Strap on your roller skates, because and this is that thing, is like going, you've got what it takes. You have the tenacity and the youthful courageousness to be able to do that. There has been disappointment. Yes. Lean into that, honor it, own it, honor the disappointment, but also allow it to propel you forward. Get back up. If you're roller skating, I don't know if you roller skate, if you're going to fall, get back up and keep moving, because I keep hearing, you've got a plan, you've got a plan, you've got a plan, is what's coming through really loudly. And if you don't have a plan, start making one. What do you have, Jean?
Well, first thing I heard for you, Stacey May, is to let go of control and go with the flow. I feel like you are working to, and we all have our wants, our needs, our desires, our hopes, our dreams. However, sometimes when we don't feel it's kind of working in that direction, it's important to let go of the wheel and allow the spirit guides and angels to guide you. And I feel as though this is one time where it's unknown, and it's unsettling, and it's not a comfortable place to be in that unknown as to what might happen next. They also want to say this too shall pass. It's a phase. It won't be like this forever. They say the universe has your highest good in mind, and they want you to try to work on acceptance. And what that means doesn't mean that you like it the way it is. It just means that you accept it for the way it is. And it reduces that resistance. And when we have resistance and persistence, it's sort of makes us not able to see what's coming in because we're holding on to it. That resistance is so strong, and they want you to let go of the resistance and work on acceptance, so that the flow and the guidance and the way that they're trying to guide you will allow you to move forward. They say flexible. Love yourself along the way, because you're going to be it's going to be emotional. I feel like you're going to be it's almost like you're sorry to let something go, but once you get to where you end up, you'll be like, oh, I'm so happy that all of that worked out. It's not easy to go through, but they want you to know they have your back. They have your best interest in mind, and they want you to go with the flow, and that, trust yourself, take care of yourself along the way. Enjoy the ride. No one can take away your happiness, and you have this. It's not easy, Stacey May. All the best to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and you're intelligent. Do not let anybody discount your intelligence and what you know. You may not be book smart. You may be book smart. You're also street smart. So, but okay. Thank you, Stacey. Okay, so we're going to do our last one, which is Lois. I'd love to have the names, messages from my spirit guides. I've opened and invited them to know me. So, I'm going to start because Lois, what I'm getting is pay attention to the animals around you and wildlife, because there's some interaction with that is available. I think this is one of those things that could be very interesting to pay attention to. It could lead you to understanding and interacting with them. You said you've opened yourself and invited them to be known to you. That's beautiful. Now it's opening yourself up and really and to really it's almost like they're okay, is she really serious? So they're going to be speaking softly, and part of that is you've got to get rid of the noise around you so that you can hear. So is that what you're getting something to, Jean? You're agreeing?
Yep. If you want, do you want me to just jump in, or are you finished?
Keep going. That's
so.
Yeah.
I do feel as though the first thing I got was a B, Lois, and then I got the word or the name Barnaby, and I thought that's really fun to say. And he says, "Yes, I'm her joy guide, and I've been with you since since you were a baby," and they're saying that Barnaby is a one to remind you of your the child inside, the wonder, the curiosity inside, the joy inside. And this Barnaby is one that is going to help you to lift your spirits and not to take things so seriously, and to allow the whimsy and the magic and the enchanting experiences to come through, and to trust that this is one of many of your spirit team, and your higher self is part of it. So you are very much, it's not them directing you, it's your team. You are a team with all of your spirit guides, and they want you to know that you're one of us. We are all here together. So they want you to not discount yourself and think of them sitting up high. They want you to know that they're all here and that we're all a team. And they want you to open up and to keep that curiosity moving, and to allow for the miracle and messages and whimsy to come in. They're talking about some big magic there, Lois, if you know what I mean. Magical and just enchanting experiences all around you. Yeah, that's what I got.
That's great. When I tuned in right away, I heard, I said, could your guides or one of your guides come in? And I got a male voice saying, I'm Ham, as in Hamlet. And I'm here, and I'm here to help you understand that all the world's a stage, even though that quote comes from it didn't come from Hamlet, and that we're just all players on it. And he just seems like an actor's personality. And the idea is to, yes, take it seriously, because this is, you want to put on a good show and all of that. But then we're all just actors. So, after it's done, we all just kind of think, oh, wasn't that great? And did you see what happened in this scene? And not to take it so like life and death, even though this is life and death. But, oh, you do partake in some magic. That's good. But that anyhow, he's just kind of saying not to take, as Jean said, don't take life deathly seriously. There is some fun to be had, and to see that there is no really wrong turn. There's just learning opportunities. So yeah, Ham's there for you, and he's got a good sense of humor.
Yeah, and I love it that there's a druid. One of the great things with magic is a spontaneity. Pay attention to that, because there's a whole lot of good stuff in that. A whole lot of good stuff in that. So, wow. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I know we had a lot more questions and we were unable to get to them. I appreciate everybody's understanding with that. Joan, if anybody hasn't told you, you're both amazing.
Oh, so are you, Gerald.
Well,
I love being here together with you both.
There were a few comments that the three of us work very nicely, and I agree. There's a great deal of energy. So, any last words before we head out?
I just say that some of the messages that came through were very universal. And I think that even if you didn't get your questions answered, that you may have picked up some information or some guidance from your spirit guides. And they know that we're all here listening, and they come through, they blend through. And if you think, oh, that part really resonated with me, it was meant for you. So listen closely to other people's messages.
Yes.
Yes. And thank you to Lois for that last question, because that was a fun one to end on.
Yes. All right. Yep. We will see everyone in the new year. Please take care of yourself, and thanks so much. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Gerald. Bye-bye.